Shalom. 2,000 years. Let's look at God's timing. Isaiah 55 verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. 2 Peter 3 verse 8. But, beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. Psalm 90 verse 4. For 1,000 years in your sight are like yesterday when it is past, and like a watch in the night. 7 days of creation were determined, and 7,000 years in a mirror in the timing of God for everything to happen that needs to happen. The 7,000th year being the year of rest. We are at 6,000 now. Start date 30 AD. We've looked at historical documents. We've looked at the Talmud. We've looked at the Bible. Please go watch my presentation and teaching on how we prove the cross was on 30 AD. From delving into Josephus and other historical records of Rome of the time, the birth dates of everyone mentioned in the Bible and in the entire narrative of Jesus Christ, the Talmud and everything they say happened around that time with regards to Jesus, confirming everything that the Bible is saying and also confirming what went wrong with the temple, and then the Bible itself, authoritative and true. From that start date, 2,000 years. If we look at the story of the Samaritan in Luke 10 verse 35. On the next day, when he departed, he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper and said to him, Take care of him, and whatever more you spend, when I come again, I will repay you. He found the beaten man, and he went and took him, and now he is paying for 2 days for him to be cared for. 2 pence, 2 denarii, according to Matthew 20 verse 2, the average wages of a laborer for 2 days. Or if you take the estimate of Mark 6 verse 37, enough for a meal of 25 men. Therefore a sufficient and liberal provision for all probable contingencies. This, however, was not, in the Samaritan's judgment, enough, and he gave carte blanche for whatever else might be required. But 2 denarii in the story, specifically denoting 2 days, and then he will return. If we look at the call to repentance in Hosea 6, verse 1 to 2. Come, let us return to the Lord, for he has torn, but he will heal us. He has stricken, but he will bind us up. After 2 days he will revive us. On the 3rd day he will raise us up, that we may live in his sight. The call to repentance here, they rejected him from the moment he was crucified. All sacrifices stopped being accepted because Jesus was the final sacrifice. The Talmud documents this and how the temple literally started malfunctioning from 30 AD till 70 AD at its destruction. They were broken and torn and scattered to the nations. After 2 days, he, Yeshua, will revive them. That's a 2,000-year gap from 30 AD. On the 3rd day, he will raise the remnant of Israel to live in his sight. 2030 will be the end of the Jews' 2 days. Shalom. Bear in mind, we, the church, are not destined for wrath. We do not go through the time of Jacob's trouble. We do not go through Daniel's 70th week. We believe in a pre-tribulational rapture. That rapture period takes us away, and they go into their final time, where God's complete focus is on Israel and the remnant that will come through the fire on the other side, when He raises them up on the third day to live in His sight. God bless. Have a great day. Keep looking up. Shalom.